Right, everybody. So, astrology vlog number 2. Today we'll be talking about transiting Venus, squaring my natal Saturn, which is a pretty quick transit because Venus moves fast. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen and, oh yeah, I'm going to open this up so you can see it visually. And I'm going to go ahead and remove everything except for Venus and Saturn to really simplify this. So you'll see that my boyfriend just came in briefly. All right, so you'll see that Saturn is squaring my Venus. That's a long-term transit. I won't discuss that one here. I'm going to discuss that one in a later vlog. What I want to focus on transiting Venus at the end of my 8th house, squaring my natal Saturn in the 12th house. And here's what happened today. Today I was feeling like I don't have enough space because my boyfriend and I live in a tiny house and I want to be by myself. And I'm frustrated that I can't be. And there is Saturn in my 12th house. The deep desire to just be alone and have space around me and not have someone's energy in my environment. And usually I don't feel that way, but today that feeling was very strong and sudden. And you can see that Venus is exactly squaring Saturn just today. And Venus, of course, is the relationship, the partner. And the partner in this case is getting in my way. And the 8th house you can think about in the sense that we share this house. Like, inevitably, we share this space. There's just no way around it. It's the size of a container. And so, that that's just how it is. And then I felt like, okay, so what can I do? Well, I can go out. And so I asked him if I can use his DM card. DM is a local store. It's kind of like Walgreens in the United States. DM is very similar, but it's in Germany. And again, you can see the 8th house because I'm asking him for the gift card that he has, because he told me earlier on that he would like to use that gift card up. And by the way, the period that we've been sharing that gift card has been as long as Venus has been transiting my 8th house. Okay. And so you can see every time I go to DM, I don't have to spend my own money. I can just spend the gift card money. That works out very well for me. And so there you can see Venus transiting my 8th, and she's at the end of the 8th, and the gift card is almost out of money. So in a couple of days, we won't have any more money on it to use. And that is what I realized today. Because I asked him, so how much is left on the gift card? Because when we got it, it was like 150 euros. And he said, oh, I don't know, it's around 40 euros. And when he said that, I felt that square to Saturn. Because I felt, oh, okay. So there's not too much money left on the card. So pretty soon I won't be able to use that and I'll have to use my money again. Does it make sense? Then I was on my way to DM. I was walking there and I called Maharaja, our local Indian restaurant, to make a reservation. And if you watch my previous video, you'll know that we go to Maharaja all the time. It's like very common. So at this point, we've kind of claimed one of our favorite tables, which is the round table. That is because it's round. And so the guy answered, who always answers. And I said, hey, can we make a reservation for 2? And he immediately knew, oh, okay, so you guys want to come at 6. And then he said, round table, right? And I said, yes, right. And he said, round table is hard today. Maybe I can't do the round table. And he sounded very concerned, kind of tight. For me, it was okay. If we can't have the round table, we can't have it. But because we go so often to that restaurant, I think that they really like to give us what we like to have. For me, it's not that important, but I felt how he felt a little bit tight about it. So there's Venus in the 8th house, because we have a claim to that table typically that's not even in our house, it's at somebody's restaurant, squaring Saturn in the 12th. Well, he said, maybe it's going to be difficult today. Maybe we won't have that for you, so we'll give you a different table. Then I made the reservation. It was fine. I kept walking over to DM. And I noticed that at DM, they didn't have a few of the ingredients that I was looking for, that I expected them to have. So there's again Venus squaring Saturn. And I went to speak with one of the ladies working there, and usually they're young people, but this lady was elderly, Venus Saturn. And I said, Entschuldigung, which means excuse me. And she didn't look at me. She didn't even answer. Just as I approached and got a little closer, she said, yeah, still without looking at me. And then I asked her, do you have molasses? And she said, no. In that entire interaction, she never turned towards me. She just kept doing what she was doing. And I felt like I've had interactions with her before that were very pleasant. And this one just felt like I was being dismissed. And so there is the 12th house, because she's not even looking at me. It's as if I don't exist to her. That's how I felt. I felt like, why isn't she looking at me? And there's the Venus Saturn square, which is having an uncomfortable interaction with someone that you usually are pretty fine with. Then I made my way out of the store and I came back home. And once I got home, Alex, my boyfriend, had opened up the windows and he had all the blinds down because he was in bed resting. And so you can see the blinds being down, like nighttime, that's the 12th house, because the 12th house is the house of rest. And also, he was laying down and resting. But I felt like this is not okay for me because it's daytime and I'm doing things around. And probably I should be like quiet and consider that he's resting, but I have stuff to do. Like I wanted to make my morning smoothie and stuff. And so then, true to the cardinal energy of Capricorn and Aries, I just started to do all of my stuff, which is prepare my smoothie, take it outside, blend it up. And I was just making as much noise as I needed to make without too much concern about how Alex is going to feel. And so there's the Venus square Saturn. It's like today, all of these separate events were kind of strange. There was something else that had happened today. Oh yeah, I had asked him, um, how can I explain? And let me just check the time. I have 6 minutes. He felt that he was being pushed out of the house. And in a way, that was true. Because today I felt like maybe I don't even want to be in a relationship anymore. Because I want to be by myself. And I don't have enough time for myself. Like he's always around me. And usually that doesn't bother me too much. But today it was really hitting me deep. Feeling like I just want to be by myself. I desperately want to be by myself. And just have space to always feel what I would like to do. And so there you can see again Venus squaring Saturn in my 12th house, the inability to have space all alone. And he told me that yeah, he's making a lot of space and he feels like he's being pushed out of the house. And then we had kind of a very sour interaction. By the way, that makes me feel like bringing up Mercury because you can see that Mercury is at 26 degrees, exactly squaring transiting Saturn at 26 degrees. The aspect line doesn't show up because the software is set up in a way that I yeah, don't like too much. By the way, that also is the Mercury Saturn square, right? I'm trying to explain something, but it's complicated by the fact that the software itself doesn't have a function that's needed in order to make the explanation very straightforward and easy for the audience who's going to be watching this later on. And so you can see how these micro events that happen in the day are being reflected in the transits of today. And so there's these fast-moving transits of the inner planets, which are the Moon, Mercury, Venus, the Sun, and Mars. And then there's the slower transits of the outer planets, which are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. So inner planets are responsible for events that are pretty quick. So something that happens today, yesterday, over the period of a week, or for as long as it takes them to get to a sign or a house. So at most 1 month. Whereas outer transits last a very long time. Like it takes Jupiter a year to get through one sign or one house. So it represents things that are taking place over a longer period of time. Saturn takes 2.5 years to around 3 years. So it takes him a longer time. Yeah. Okay. Oh, of course, I'm still here. And so the point that I want to make with this video and with the videos to follow, the whole reason that I'm making this vlog is for you to understand that the transits indicate events that are literally happening today, and not just one event, but every event. And so in the day, you'll see that there is a constant repetition of the same energies that are indicated by the transits. And that is what you experience on any given day. Everything that you experience is reflected in the transits. All right, let's end it here for today. And as usual, I would love to have your feedback just to understand if what I've shown you made sense. And I'll see you at the next vlog. All right.